this item, I remembered the words of John Baptist DeLasalle. The way you behave, so he says, should be a model for those you teach. So the way you behave should be the model for those you teach. This reminded me that we can be more effective and efficient agents of evangelization by actively living the gospel values. These words guided me to identify the theme of the day, which is a teacher who evangelizes through active participation in Christian life. I am sure Reverend Professor Stephen Bugwa will ably discuss this to us and appropriately give us advisories on how we can evangelize through active participation in our Christian life. Appreciate the value of time spent with your learners. Appreciate the value of talents in these learners. Appreciate the value of these treasures. Emulate great saints like St. John Baptist de DeLasalle, who was a great promoter of education, who inspired those and others to teach and care for young people, and how to meet failure and frailty within compassionate and with your compassion, love, and how to affirm strength and to heal those ones who are weak.
The saints before us have promoted holistic education, like literally of St. John Newman there in the United States, like the St. John Baptist de Lasalle, the founder of the Lasalle brothers, who have all, and our popes have been told here by many speakers, that they have promoted holistic education. Holistic education is like that salt that changes every aspect of life of the learner.
And guide them. So after celebrating this day together, I wish to declare the following. Number one, Archdiocese of Nairobi Teachers' Day will be observed annually. Number two, all teachers in the Archdiocese of Nairobi will be under the patronage of St. John Baptist de Lasalle. Number three, during Archdiocesan Teachers' Day celebrations, the proper Mass of the Saint will be celebrated. Number four, to maintain our institutions as centers of evangelization, I guide that schools that have not identified their patron saints to do so on or before the end of this year. Number five, I urge the Education Office and the Archdiocese of Nairobi Advisory Board to ensure the above guidelines are observed.
Let us appreciate His grace. Now He has declared our every day, every year, and now we are finalizing. Father Martin was to say a word about Saint Martin de Baptist de Lasalle. Just a word. Just a word. John Baptist de Lasalle.
Thank you. His Grace has requested me just to say why he has chosen St. John Baptist de Lasalle as our patron saint, and we know that born in France in the 17th century, that is 1651, he was so much involved with working with the schools and with the teachers. And he was a priest from France, as I have said. He started school, especially to take care of the poor, especially the poor girls, when he was assisting sisters of the child Jesus. But later on, he became preoccupied with forming the teachers. And one thing to note about St. John Baptist de Lasalle is that he worked with teachers to educate them and to teach them manners. To teach them? It is what he did. It is not what I am saying I will do, but to teach them manners. Actually, he invited them in his home and provided them with direction so that they became more effective, the students, and in turn provided more outcome. I am assuming this dome is like a home. And we were told that our host is the Archbishop, His Grace. So His Grace is like the DeLasalles, who has called us here in his home to teach us. Hapo ni yeye mmesema. So we know he was so much involved in Christian schools, and we know that he is the founder also of Brothers of Christian Schools, and we have them, DeLasalle brothers, who are so much involved with education. And we know he was canonized by Pope Leo XIII in 1888, and later on at the turn of the century in 1900, he was canonized. And his feast day is on April the 7th. 7th of April is the feast day of St. John Baptist de Lasalle, and the patron of all teachers. So he is our patron. There are several virtues he's taught of a good teacher. We are going to learn them slowly by slowly, but among them is calmness, dignity, humility, prudence, patience, gentleness, generosity, prayerfulness, vigilance, zeal, self-control, and wisdom. So we are going to learn them, and we pray and hope that as we continue with the Teachers' Day, we shall learn even in our schools about our patron saint, who the Archbishop has guided us to be our patron saint, St. John Baptist de Lasalle. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru, asante sana.